You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly pop and geek culture show covering movies, TV, games, and comics. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's known for its snappy and funny intros. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
And that's what I'm bringing to the table today.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Samantha.
Oh, we have a great show for you this week. A bunch of news, a bunch of game news and trailer news and all sorts of cool, fun stuff. But first, let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
Check it out!
All right, so what have we been doing this week that we want to tell the audience at large about?
We watched Ms. Marvel.
Oh, okay.
That came out this week.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously
Been
we're not
wanting
going
to.
to get spoilery about it, although there's not a lot to spoil. It's fun. It's cute. It has its own visual and thematic style that separates it from the standard Marvel machine content.
Good.
So it's more worth watching, I think, than recent things have been.
Yeah, it definitely feels like something different.
I mean, I've heard Moon Knight's good. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, we only watched the first one, and I fell asleep halfway through Moon Knight. We need to go back for Moon Knight.
Okay, but it's good that they're doing different things with the show.
I mean, I would hope so with, Kamala Khan and her rich history.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Hawkeye was great, but it was very much
A Marvel thing.
This has more in line with a Spider-Man movie. Like, what was the middle Spider-Man? The one where he goes to Europe. I think it feels
Far From Home.
It feels close to that one for some reason.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
The one with Mysterio.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's cool. Okay. How many episodes are out? Is it just the
just the one?
Okay.
And it really leaves you wanting more.
Okay.
Because she just gets her powers right there at the end. And it's just like, well, I want to see her do stuff with him now. So next week, I guess.
You'll have that.
And it kind of turned me around on her powers being different. Because the way they do them is just kind of cool and interesting looking, I thought.
Yeah, like the energy, hand kind of thing, right? Is that kind of it? Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they got to save all that stretchiness for Mr. Fantastic.
For Jim.
Yeah, for Jim. At this point, I think we can spoil it. Yeah. They're saving it for Jim Halpert. He's going to stretch his arm and then look at the camera and go, huh? And you know the face that I'm making based on the sound I just made.
Ben Grimm comes stomping into the lab. Reed, you put my stapler in jello.
Yeah.
It's clobber time.
Rainn Wilson, Ben Grimm.
I would watch it.
That'd be fine.
You know what? Make him just recast The Office as the Fantastic Four.
Pam is Ms. Invisible Woman.
It would work.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
So who would be the Human Torch?
Creed. Just go against type.
Yeah.
Serial killer Creed.
I mean, the real joke would be BJ Novak. I mean, the real answer is that guy. Because he's kind of the younger, kind of snarky one.
That's actually pretty good casting.
Right? Yeah.
Steve Carell plays Doc Doo.
He's Herbie.
He's Herbie. He's Herbie the robot.
He's the voice of Herbie.
Mm-hmm. No, what's his name? The HR guy would be... Toby would be... would be Dr. Doom. Because everyone hates him.
And he's in love with Sue. With Sue Storm.
Yeah. Oh, no, I guess that would be Namor, the Submariner. Yeah.
Oh, I heard he's going to be in Wakanda forever.
He is, yeah.
Which is fine because
they originally wanted him to be part of the Illuminati scene in Doctor Strange, and they're like, nope, can't do it.
Because Namor gets a start in a Black Panther comic, I think. Because
Namor got his start in the first Marvel comic.
Yeah, he
ever.
was. He was a World War II character.
Oh, that's right.
He was
yeah.
like from way. back.
He was one of the invaders.
Yeah.
That's right.
I only know that from that Venture Brothers episode that parallels every bit from the first Marvel Comics comic.
Yep.
But I know Wakanda and Atlantis do go to war at one point in the comics.
In the comics, yeah. I mean, that's, you have very similar kind of geopolitical structure. Each one is Black Panther and Namor, leaders of their country, small nation, hidden.
Highly technologically advanced.
Exactly. Okay, so something I've been doing, I went back and have been playing the Super Kirby Clash on the Switch. It is the
Monster Hunter one?
The Monster Hunter one. And you know what? It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good game when it came out. I played around with it for a little bit.
Yeah. I've been digging into it pretty deep. I mean, it came out at like a year ago, year or 2 years. And
time has no meaning.
It's always the longer amount of time.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
If you're torn between two units of time, it's
the
always the longer one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You always wish it were the shorter, but it's always the longer one.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's basically Monster Hunter, but in a very small scale. It's only 4 players, but you can play through the entire game with 3 NPC characters.
It's basically a Kirby boss rush where you're stuck with one power the whole time.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's a good time.
I watched the new episode of Obi-Wan this week, so we're up to 4 episodes. Only 2 more to go.
And yeah.
Man, it feels like they should have did more.
I know. I mean, it's got a lot going on. The third episode was so good.
Yeah, it was really good. That's the last one I watched was the third one. It was really good.
And it really solidifies how much of a savage. I don't know if can we say it? Can we say who the big thing in it is yet?
I mean, you kind of knew he was going to be in the show.
Okay, yeah, so Vader shows up.
Vader,
yeah.
Vader shows up and just wrecks everyone's day, and it's so good.
It's very good.
It's so amazing.
It's very cool to see Darth Vader.
And I hear it's actually Christian Haydenson.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen's in the
whatever his name is.
You dyslexic his name.
I did, yes. Well, either way, they're both in the Darth Vader costume.
Yeah.
Yes, he is in the suit, and James Earl Jones is doing the voice.
Yeah.
It is so good.
I thought it was AI.
No,
it's
actually James Earl
It's
Jones.
actually him. He's from what I understand, he's not doing great, and that's why maybe it sounds a little bit like AI.
I think I did read that they modulated his voice a little bit to make him sound
a little bit
more like 1977 Vader.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, he was in Coming to America, the sequel to Coming to America, but all of his scenes were done in one room, and it was very clear they were knocked out in one day.
Yeah,
and he spent most of it in a bed. So I don't. I'm not sure if he's doing 100%, but he's pushing 90.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're trying him. Yeah,
and it's so good. It's so good. Oh man, he walks in, chews up the whole scene almost literally.
Lighting stuff on fire. There's lightsabers.
Dragging people through the street with the Force.
Yeah.
Snapping necks like it's some kind of 80s action movie with the Force.
That last episode was surprisingly brutal. A stormtrooper gets cut in half by a laser.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the high ground on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Obi-Wan shot him.
Well, there you go.
And he fell onto a laser security thing that cut him in half.
Okay.
Yep. Also,
not the first time he's cut a man in half.
Right. Yeah. Right. That mole guy is
the Zach Braff.
Is Zach
mole?
Braff.
That's who that was. It was Zach Braff.
Yeah, Zach Braff was this alien mole guy driving a pickup truck.
Oh man, Snack Braff was in this?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's that voice? It's really familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Zach Braff. And he's this friendly farmer guy, but when they walk around to get in the back of his truck, he's got an Imperial flag hanging off of it.
Oh jeez.
And Obi-Wan stops and looks at it and he's like, And then they get to the checkpoint and he's like, hey, these guys are kind of, sketchy, so I brought them to you. I was like, oh, he sold them out. This nice guy sold them out to the fascist government.
Yeah. I saw a Facebook post where somebody had the shot of Obi-Wan using him as a shield.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Jedi Master using an innocent man as a shield. It's that's not an innocent mole man.
Yeah.
That mole man is a fascist collaborator.
But hey, at least he didn't kill him. He
True.
He just knocked him out, movie style. quick one, back to the head. But oh man, but Vader shows up and it's so good, and it's like Marvel 2017 comics Vader. Like,
oh, okay, he's actually doing stuff.
He does not care. Like, he has fully embraced the dark side. He is just an angry Robo Man.
Well, at this point, he's been doing it for like what,
10 years?
10 years.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And like when him and like, granted, this is all episode 3 stuff, but he like when he finally meets up with Obi-Wan and they start like, and he starts just taking him to school. Like, he's taking him to school hard, and he's like this is what you made me, and like, and then he lights the ground on fire and like drags Obi-Wan through it, like slowly torturing him.
See, I haven't watched the show.
Yeah.
Obviously, because I never watch anything at the same time that you guys watch stuff. I don't consume new media. I have to let it simmer for about 2 years before I get to anything. It's my lot in life. I understand, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of there being a meeting between Darth and Obi-Wan
prior to their battle on the Death Star.
Yeah, it kind of loses some of the gravitas when Vader says in A New Hope, "I haven't felt this." Since,
yeah,
and I mean, I guess they could say, technically they could say since last week, I suppose, but it's like, I don't know, that kind of, it's the same thing. The first couple episodes have been out for a while, so
like
I could talk about
probably like another 10 years before that meeting happened.
That's true, but I guess, I don't know, it just kind of loses a little bit of that for me. The same with, can we talk about spoilers for episode?
Yeah, sure.
2, I think, because I've been spoiled for it.
Meeting young Leia.
Young Leia. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why they had to set up some kind of meeting between the two of them now to set up why she thinks Obi-Wan's the only one that can help her and why she would name her kid Ben.
Yeah, that all makes a lot more sense.
It makes more sense,
in a good earned way, I felt.
But when you go back and watch the original Star Wars movie, it makes it sound like she only knows Obi-Wan
based
from
off
stories.
of what she's heard from her dad.
Yeah, stories from her dad. So I mean, she refers to him as General Kenobi. You know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I need to actually watch it to have an actual opinion on it.
And we don't know how it ends yet either.
But also, I mean, George Lucas had huge plot holes in his own series because I don't care what he said, he did not pre-write all this stuff.
Yeah, no, or else, absolutely not.
He wrote it in a weekend with his kids.
It was my intention to have tiny baby Leia meet Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's in his 50s.
Yeah,
always my intention.
Yeah, but like, I always love your George Lucas.
Thank you very much.
But like the whole thing where like when Obi-Wan fights Vader on the Death Star and he refers to Vader as Darth, like Darth is his first name and not like a title that was later on. Oh yeah, all Sith Lords have this title. It's stupid.
I don't care about plot holes and stuff like that. I don't. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't. I don't need things that happen in shows specifically to go, oh, that's how it was done. I don't need everything laid out. And again, I shouldn't have a say in anything. I haven't watched it. It could be the best bit of media ever created.
I mean, it is very good, but I think part of the reason why they're using Leia is because
to sell because Baby Yoda sold a lot of toys, and we need to push those baby doll Leias.
No,
there's an overarching plot in the show that
I was being facetious.
I know.
I wasn't actually.
They're not pushing her as a cutesy character.
No,
okay.
she is.
I know. I was making.
She's a mouthy brat.
Yeah.
The tiny Leia.
Yeah.
She's the tiny Leia. But it's more like the whole caveat of like the Inquisitors thing. On top of hunting remaining Jedi, they're looking for Force-sensitive children.
Oh, yeah.
And they are laying real heavy into Leia being Force-sensitive, which we all know that she is and will be, and yada yada. Especially when we have Carrie Fisher in the new trilogy actually having a lightsaber and using the Force.
Yeah.
But like there's they even name drop a Jedi from Clone Wars that was helping Force sensitive children. They even name drop a Jedi from Clone Wars / the extended universe stuff.
And did you clap?
No.
Did you clap when they said it?
No, because I had to go back and look up who that character was because I didn't remember him. He's in one episode of Clone Wars. One.
They referenced that video game too.
Fallen Order?
Yeah.
How do they reference that one?
They mention a planet that's in it or something, I guess.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I missed that part. But anyway, episode 4 is very good. My other quick check it out, and this is old media. If you want to talk about old media,
Let's do some old media.
I watched the entirety of Madoka Magica.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm surprised you guys haven't finished it. It's only 12 episodes long.
We watched most of them. I don't think we did ever finish it though.
But anyway, Madoka Magica is a anime with...
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
It's a lot.
With, cute magical girls like, akin to your Cardcaptor Sakura or a Sailor Moon or something. But by episode 2, it's like, oh, by the way, this is a really dark, horrible life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evangelion is to Gundam as Madoka is to
Magica
Sailor
It's
Moon.
to Sailor Moon. Yeah.
Yes, that is a perfect analogy for it.
And that is a thread that runs through all of the creators' works.
Is it?
Goro, what is his name? Urabuchi, I think his name was. Goro Urabuchi. People in the online call him the Goro Butcher.
Oh.
Because all of his media has that kind of stuff.
Goro the anime butcher?
Yeah, including Kamen Rider Gaim, the cutesy Kamen Rider about fruit samurais and existential dread. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a lot of what if this was real though? It's not so fun really when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very visually interesting anime, especially when they fight the monsters called witches, because they have to go into these little pocket dimensions that are something akin to Yellow Submarine or Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It is really weird. It doesn't look like anime. You have these cute little anime girls run around in their little magical outfits and whatnot with their weapons. And then, these weird heads with big handlebar mustaches and realistically buff legs walking around.
Yeah, and almost mosaic looking art kind of.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
weird, but it's violent, it is depressing. The cute animal that you think would be a great merchandising option is literally Satan. Or almost literally Satan.
Yeah.
Characters die for real forever very early when you don't expect them to.
Oh yeah, the mentor chick gets her head bitten off.
Yeah.
Boy, you are describing Kamen Rider Gaim. Honestly. Yeah, one of the main writers gets killed within 8 episodes of the 52 episode series, and his writer change belt is mass produced and turned into the shock troops for the rest of the series.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think Mommy gets killed in the 2nd episode of Madoka. Yeah.
Yep, she's like, oh, I'm this veteran magical girl. I'll teach you guys how to be magical girls. And if you decide you want to make that wish, oh, by the way, I'm out.
Yeah, now I'm dead.
Yeah, you find out that the monster that Gaim killed in the first episode is actually his best friend who was turned into a monster by falling into a pocket dimension.
Oh. That's like when Shinji finds out he accidentally killed his friend.
Yeah.
Or almost killed his friend. Because didn't he survive?
Depends on the version you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, it depends on which one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also Madoka Magic apparently has 3 movies with a 4th one coming out.
Yeah.
The first 2 movies recap the series. The 3rd movie takes place after the end of the series because there's a big, goofy, weird thing that happens.
Why would you watch 2 movies when it's only a 12 episode series?
I mean, lots of anime movies that spawn from series will recap a whole series.
Yeah, that's one of the Evangelion movies is just that.
A recap, yeah. I mean,
2 of them are because you cannot whatever the first one is basically the first series recapped.
Yeah, there's very little changed in the first Rebuild movies except for the end.
Yeah.
But then once you get to the 3rd and 4th Rebuild
totally different.
movies, you've branched completely into an alternate reality.
Yeah.
And anime loves doing alternate realities. I think more so than Marvel.
Marvel Comics. Yeah. Yeah, right.
But no, I like it. It is depressing.
Well, Evangelion's such a merchandising factory in Japan that they had to do something to make more of it. So
Yeah,
Right,
that's true.
right.
That's true.
I mean, it's right up there with your Gundam and Studio Ghibli. Like,
Which
I mean,
you wouldn't think it would be a merchandise machine because it's
very heady.
it's extremely heady. Like it's weird, but
It is weird. I mean, it's like Rick and Morty. You got to have a high IQ to understand the humor in that show.
Yeah.
Evangelion, you got to have a high level of depression to get that show.
that explains why I like it so much.
I think that's all I kind of checked out from Devolver. I checked out a demo for a game called Card Shark.
I watched a little bit of a playthrough of this. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, but also it's kind of hard because if you're not paying attention, you don't remember how to do certain things. And you're like, oh, I'm supposed to do something here. I don't remember which card suit I'm supposed to trick.
That's the game about cheating at cards, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exclusively about cheating at cards.
Yeah.
But it has like this weird kind of like old-timey art style. Like it's not quite medieval art because it takes place like in like...
It's set in 1800s France.
Yeah. But it has like this...
So like French Revolution.
Revolution style. Yeah, around then,
Yeah.
actually. And it looks really interesting.
Oh, yeah. It
and
is
they are teaching you actual real-world ways to cheat at cards.
sorta.
No, it is.
Well, the 3-card Monty, you don't actually see how the cheat works. It just tells you to hit a button to cheat.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Because
but
that one's all timing.
That one, well, that's you're picking which card to put down.
Yeah.
And you're trying to hide it. But like cutting the deck.
Yeah, cutting the deck.
Stacking the deck.
Jogging that card so you know where to cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. It's all real.
It's really interesting because you're not actually playing cards. You're helping a guy cheat at cards.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And like...
It's like you're his helper and you're pouring him a glass of wine.
But you're looking at the cards of the other...
Looking at the other player's cards, and then you're like wiping the table
a certain
in a
way.
certain direction to notate, okay, how many times did they wipe and what direction did they wipe? And that's the number and suit of the card.
Of their highest card.
Yeah. And there's like a timer at the bottom that is like their suspicion meter.
Yeah.
And it's slowly going up, and if you screw something up, it goes up way faster.
And you know the guy that you're helping cheat might get challenged to a duel.
Yes, and like the highest difficulty is permadeath mode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I played through the demo a bit, and I was like, oh man, I almost want to get this game.
It seems high stress,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't play games to be high stressed.
Yeah, Mr. Bug Snacks Pokemon Master over there.
Yeah, it's a chill game for chill dudes, all right?
I played all the way through Battlefield Hardline for some reason.
I hate Battlefield. I love Battlefield games. Hardline is the one I like the least.
I don't know why I played it. I just saw it on Game Pass, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do the cop one. Because that's what it's Battlefield, where you're a cop for at least the first half of it.
Okay.
It's just a dumb shooty game, and I guess that's just what I needed at the time.
Okay, gotcha.
And there's like non-lethal and arrest mechanics that are kind of fun to exploit. It's fun to sneak through the entire level and just like not do the shoot. Like you can sneak up on people, and as long as there's less than 3 of them there, you can tell them to freeze and then arrest them. And it's just kind of fun to work through the environments and find ways to
not
separate.
gun.
Yeah, to separate the criminals into groups of 3s, I guess, so you can arrest them. And then you're rewarded for doing that. I mean, you can go through and just guns blazing, but you're not rewarded for that.
Gotcha.
You're not punished for it, but you're not rewarded.
Gotcha.
See, I played the multiplayer when it was first coming out, and I hated the fact that I'm like, why do cops need a helicopter with a minigun on it?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's pretty morally reprehensible, the entire game.
I mean, the Levolution stuff was good because it was like right after Battlefield 3 when they started really throwing in after Battlefield 3, and they really started throwing in like the level changing mechanics of like, oh, if you hit this building enough, it'll fall over and create this kind of obstacle kind of thing. And like I said, I don't like Battlefield Hardline. I think it has the least amount of choices when you want to play a military style shooter thing. But also, I hate the idea of having having police with
the militarized police.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The single player is fun, and I enjoyed the dumb plot. It was like a cop show or movie that was written by a 11th grader. That's what it felt like.
Okay. All right.
you get to escape from a like right-wing cult in the desert. That was kind of fun. You start out as a cop, but then you get framed for a crime that you didn't commit by dirty cops, and it just goes off the wall from there. It's really stupid.
Huh.
But I played all the way through it, and I couldn't tell you why I did it.
Sometimes you just need a dumb game like that, I guess.
There's some heist stuff toward the end that is like over the top and kind of fun too.
Okay.
That the whole reason why you go bust up that cult is because they have a robot that can brute force a safe open. So you get that robot, and then you go to the big tower where the most corrupt cop of all is, so you can break into a safe with the robot.
Okay.
And then rappel out of the building on a wire.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds like a dumb cop movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want to do a crazy heist with a robot that opens safes, I'll just play Payday 2.
All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get into some news.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Dunham, the host of Long Play here on WZMO. Long Play is a show that appeals to music lovers of all ages. Here's an example.
I love Long Play.
There you have it. A completely unsolicited endorsement for one of our youngest fans.
Grandpa, where's my candy?
Ellie, be cool.
Grandpa!
Ellie and I would like to invite you to tune into Long Play every Friday at 11 p.m. and Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on 104.7
WCMO.
Hey, we are back from the break. Let's go ahead and get into some news. All right, take it away. What are we talking about first?
For some reason, the song from Guts popped into my head. Nickelodeon Guts. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I just thought, dun, 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 dun. Do you have it?
Is it because I said take it away, and that's what they say to, what's her name?
To Mo, yeah.
Mo. Take it away, Mo.
Yep, that was it.
That's it, yep.
Man, I wanted to climb that stupid fake mountain. So
I want a piece of that radical rock.
You can buy replicas on Etsy,
It's not the
but
same.
they're
It's
very
not-
expensive.
They
It's
are
not
very
the
expensive.
same.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. It would look very good in the office, but no.
It would.
No, it'll
And-
look better if we all had Legends of the Hidden Temple t-shirts.
Yeah.
Also possible.
And
Anyway.
a lot more financially reasonable than
Yeah,
than a
that's
glowing
true.
piece of that radical rock.
Anyway, so
That is a phrase that will be embedded into my brain for
Oh,
the rest of my life.
I'll be 80 years old and I'll be talking about that glowing piece of the radical rock.
Okay,
Okay.
Grandpa, I believe you about the radical rock. Go to bed.
take your medicine.
There was some radical rock, and we all wanted it.
Take me away, Mo.
That's your last word.
Yeah, that's
As you
it.
die.
Wow.
The 90s, though, right? 90s
That's right,
kids?
90s stuff. All right, so hey, do you want to talk about some video games?
Sure.
All right, so E3 is not happening.
The Guts game for the Super Nintendo?
That game was so hard.
It was awful.
It was terrible. Yeah. Very difficult game. No, so E3 is not happening this year, but in its place, the Dorito Pope Geoff Keighley has created his own video game thing called Summer Games Fest.
And it was a 2-hour thing that
It
happened.
sure was a thing that happened that wasn't very exciting.
No. And they broadcasted it to IMAXs, and I can't even imagine how boring that would be.
That would have been so boring.
To sit in a theater for 2 hours while they show you commercials about video games that don't even look all that interesting.
I mean, it's just like the Game Awards that Geoff Keighley also does, only they have dropped the pretense of an award show and they've cut out the chaff and now they're just showing you the trailers.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of the only thing we really cared about with E3 was game announcements.
Yeah.
You didn't need a whole festival or a whole convention for it.
And And the Game Awards award part, it just rewards whatever movie game is the biggest.
Yeah.
Like whatever game that is the closest to a movie that comes out that year wins.
Basically. But you know what? You do also get fun things like when Vin Diesel and what's her name, Rodriguez, came out on the stage visibly drunk and rambling incoherently about racing games and Tekken.
I think pronounced Tekken wrong.
Yeah,
Or
Tekken.
something. Yeah, Tekken. Or you get the guy that made A Way Out and It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Saying...
Going on a tirade and
doing a big time swear.
Doing a lot of big time swears.
So anyway, Summer Games Fest.
Anyway, Summer Games Fest.
That guy's a good dude and his games are good.
Yeah. So tell me about Summer Geoff Fest.
Summer Geoff Fest had a lot of announcements for games that were sci-fi horror shooters. So if you like Dead Space but you don't want to play Dead Space, you've got 3 brand new games just like it coming out.
Yeah, what are those games called?
Callisto Protocol, which is actually made by the people who made Dead Space, but they don't have the
that'll
rights.
be the good one, kinda, maybe.
Yeah, it's like they took Dead Space and took all of the things about it that are interesting and removed them.
Ah, okay.
Because Dead Space had like a bunch of cool alien, like dead body aliens, and like the main character had an iconic cool suit of armor that was almost Samus-esque in its iconic nature. And now you're just some dude and it's space zombies.
Okay.
And then there's another game called Routine that looked exactly like this. And then another one called Fort Solis that was also exactly like that.
All right.
Also, there was Aliens Dark Descent, which just looks like Dead Space with aliens.
Yeah, it's licensed Dead Space.
Wow.
Like in the trailer for Aliens Dark Descent, there's even like a human zombie cyborg thing. I don't know if it is an android that all the skin melded or what. They don't explain it. Like you see it for like 2 seconds and then it's just a sea of xenomorph aliens.
Apparently, marketing has decided that the sci-fi horror concept is a profitable thing to push. So that's what all the games are now.
Yeah, well, you know what? Okay, so what big sci-fi horror thing came out 2-ish years ago? 2 to 3 years ago, because that's when these games would have gone into development.
That's true. Was there a big...
See, I can't really think if there was anything major movie or game-wise.
Alien Isolation?
Well, yeah, Alien Isolation, I guess.
And that didn't do gangbusters, but it was critically liked. I don't know. I don't know what it is that have...
Wasn't there talk of another Dead Space or a Dead Space remaster?
Yeah, they're
about
doing they're doing a remaster. But even EA's like, no, we're not doing Dead Space anymore. It wasn't profitable enough.
Right.
So somewhere along the way, the switch has flipped, and the accountants at big studios have decided that,
hey, this is what's going to make us money.
yeah, this is what we get now. Instead of, I guess it's better than a military shooter.
I suppose. All right, so what are some of these other games? Midnight Suns? That's a Marvel thing, right?
Yes. They released a trailer for Midnight Sun, which is I don't know if it's going to play like the Avengers game or the Guardians game. There's not a lot of...
Neither. It's a strategy game. It's like XCOM.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's by the people who made XCOM.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you have your favorite Marvel characters fighting the legions of hell, basically.
Yeah, so I remember the Midnight Suns as a concept from the Marvel Knights comic line.
Yeah,
the
they were
slightly darker.
Yeah, they're
more
like the dark. They're like the Dark
adult-oriented.
Avengers, basically.
Yeah,
In the trailer, you see Venom.
Ghost Rider's there
He's gonna get
probably.
'em. Yeah, Ghost Rider's there.
Ghost Rider with a car.
Oh, so it's the Jamie.
Yes.
I almost said Jamie Reyes, and that's Blue Beetle. That's not.
Reyes is his last name, though. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
They showed the big bad lady, and I forget what her name is. She's a big bad demon.
Oh, that could be anyone.
They
Yeah.
call her. She refers to herself as Mother.
Big bad mommy is there.
Oh,
It's not Lady Dimitrescu.
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. That's why this game's being made.
Yeah. The trailer used Metallica music, which I thought was incredible.
Master of Puppets,
Yeah, it
yeah.
uses Master of Puppets, which feels...
Yeah, because she possesses people. She possessed Venom, Hulk.
It feels incredibly dated, though. Like, who gets excited to hear Master Puppets?
No one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting. The pre-order bonuses, you get Defender's skin for Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Oh, Spider-Man's in it. Wolverine's in it with his weird magical, with all their weird supernatural fighting, outfits.
Yeah.
It looks kind of neat, though.
Yeah. I mean, with this, maybe we'll get like a Fear Itself Thor game or something.
That'd be kind of neat.
Oh yeah, get all the Avengers in like magic, Asgard armor. That'd be about it.
The XCOM games are really good and really fun strategy games, so it could work.
Can't see it happening. Okay, cool. We have Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah, they teased it like it was a new Dead Island game, which is weird, but it's very much not. It's Goat Simulator, but with multiplayer.
And I love the original Goat Simulator. This is the second game in the series.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
The Goat Simulator guys and all their trolling.
Yeah.
The original game was like basically it's like a janky, almost like a skateboard style game, but instead you're a goat doing tricks and
just causing chaos.
It's like Gmod, but you're just a goat the whole time.
Yeah.
And they put so many updates, like weird parody updates into the original Goat Simulator that there might as well be two games.
Might as well, yeah.
I mean, there was a multiplayer update for Goat Simulator.
I thought...
Or there was also an RPG
one. I think it was fake. I think it was fake. There was like a fake MMO update.
Let's see. We also have the next character announced for Street Fighter 6. Returning. It's Guile.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Guile.
Yes. And he does all the things. He throws the sonic booms. He does the flash kicks.
He's got the big tall hair.
He's got the hair that he combs in his idle animation.
He looks cool, and everything really cool. About this Street Fighter looks really cool.
Yeah. Once again, they made a character better by adding a beard to him.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for Dulcim and Ryu.
Yeah.
It's not a big beard.
It's not a big beard. It's a little goatee.
Yeah.
Very, very tasteful goatee.
Tasteful goatee.
Yeah.
Now, when will they give Cammy her tasteful goatee? Or Chun-Li.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Her mutton chops that she needs.
Yep.
They give Blanca a Lenny.
No, Blanca just needs like a little pencil thin, like
John Waters
the John Waters mustache,
yeah.
the creep mustache. just a little tiny. Yeah.
But Ken Master sounds like he would maybe grow a beard or just stop taking care of himself as a whole. It
sounds as though he's going to in this game. Yeah. Did you hear anything about this?
No.
So along with the game, like all the characters and their designs leaked, and Capcom actually did something good this time. Instead of cracking down on it, they all said, "Well, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Whoops. I'm glad you're still enjoying it, but we all saw it." But no, apparently in this game, Ken is now divorced and has lost all of his money. And his wife took their son, and he's fighting in sweatpants.
So he's sad Ken?
He's sad Ken. Yeah. He's lost everything.
I was beginning to think maybe he was gonna get the Dark Odo or whatever, since Ryu doesn't do it anymore. He
very well could. He could. We could see violent Ken in this game.
Yeah. And there's an extremely buff MMA lady.
Yes, there is.
She's huge.
Mm-hmm. You guys talk about the next game while I pull up a picture of the Street Fighter folks.
There was a new announcement for that really good-looking Turtles beat 'em up. Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
They added Casey Jones, which fan favorite Casey Jones, who I've always thought was real cool for some reason with his sporting equipment.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny how in the first Ninja Turtles movie, they made his mask accurate. They could have just grabbed any hockey mask or a Jason mask. No, they actually made a full-on... Anyway, Casey Jones, so now you have all the Turtles, you have Casey Jones, you have April.
And Splinter.
Oh, and Splinter.
And you can play them all at once. It is a 6-person multiplayer, which is way too many characters on the screen at once.
Yeah, it's going to be madness.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Castle Crashers gets bananas with 4 people.
Yeah, this is 6 people plus about 40 foot soldiers on screen all at the same time.
So what you're saying is this won't play well on the Switch.
It'll stutter. It'll stutter like me trying to read an ad line.
But it's also coming to Microsoft Game Pass, so if you have that,
You don't have to pay for it.
yeah, then
Yeah.
you'll have the game the day it comes out on PC and Xbox.
Honestly-
I sound like an ad.
Game Pass, I hate to say it, but Game Pass has been probably one of the best things to happen in video gaming in a long time.
It is the best deal in video games, hands down.
Like it's better than GameFly. It's better than PlayStation Now. I don't understand why other people can't get behind it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, was that all the game stuff, or are there more stuff? I
There
don't
was
know.
the Day of the Devs stuff.
Day of the Devs.
Yeah, this is a show they do every year. It's been going on for 10 years, where it's more indie focused.
Which is fine because I've been enjoying indie games a lot more than the big guys lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the big guys only make sci-fi horror games now.
Or military shooters.
After Jeff Fest, this was a breath of fresh air. These games look so much more interesting than the stuff on the Summer Games Fest. There was one called Time Flies, where you play as a fly and you have the exact lifespan of a fly to do a list of tasks before you
interesting.
die.
Interesting. Oh, that's cool.
It had a cool, like, black and white pixel art style, but conceptually, that's a great idea.
That's a good
for
idea.
A game.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
I like Bee Simulator. I'm serious.
What's this other one you have listed here?
Choo Choo Charles.
Yeah.
Josh, did you want to do Choo Choo Charles?
So Choo Choo Charles is a first-person survival horror set in a world where you're on a train on a track, or like a train engine on a track. I think you're trying to get somewhere or something. I'm not really 100% sure what your motivation of the game is, but the villain / monster is a sentient monster train called Choo Choo Charles, which is like Thomas the Tank Engine with some Lovecraftian horror.
with spider legs.
Okay. All right.
Like there's like kind of like a stealth element where like if you hear Charles coming, you have to like shut your engine off and your lights off real quick so he doesn't see you.
Really? Oh, wow. This sounds weird.
You can
but
upgrade.
good.
You can upgrade your train with armor and stuff and make it faster. You can put a gun on it so you can fight Charles.
Yeah, I think the objective of the game is to power up your train enough so you can beat Charles.
Interesting.
But Charles isn't like limited to the track like you are.
Yeah.
Like you have you have to stop your train, go collect supplies, talk to people, do quests or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you got to get back on your train. Charles has legs. Charles can go anywhere. I feel like Charles was spawned from like those Skyrim mods where they threw like Thomas the Tank Engine instead of dragons.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I had just come to that conclusion myself.
But it's still not as good as the Macho Man Dragon.
No, nothing beats
Skyrim
that.
mods.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it might be like truly actually terrifying because Charles is awful looking. Like,
Yeah, that's not great.
it's all the things I hate. Are you looking him up?
I'm looking at Choo Choo Charles right now, and that's not great.
No, it's terrifying. I hate it. I can't wait to play
No,
it.
that I mean, it is definitely just nightmare fuel. Thomas the Tank Engine.
There was other great stuff at the Day of the Devs, but those were the things that I remember most from it were those two, and it's worth just going back and watching
Oh
the whole
man!
presentation.
So I'm a big like Warhammer 40K fan.
Oh, there's a bunch of that, right?
Oh yeah. They announced a game that looks really fun. It's called Bolter, and it looks like old school Doom, just in the Warhammer 40K universe.
Right.
Like first person pixelated. You just
I
rip
didn't
it.
see this.
Yeah.
But you have me at old school Doom.
Oh yeah. When we get done, I shared it on my Facebook. You should watch it. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm like, I want to wreck. Chaos Agents in the Name of the Emperor with a pixelated bolter rifle.
I forgot about the Devolver show.
Oh yeah.
It was really fun and funny again. There wasn't a lot of new reveals. A lot of the games they showed were stuff
That's already out.
is known. But it was funny, and then they put Suda51 inside of a giant robot.
Oh, good.
So watch the thing. It's funny.
Yeah, I have to watch it then.
The best game they showed, I thought that was a new thing, was called Plucky Squire, and it's a game where you're a little squire inside of a little like a children's book, but then you leave the book and you can go out around on like in a kid's room as a little like cartoon knight, and it changes gameplay styles.
Oh, interesting.
And stuff. Like, it looks really neat. It's worth watching that trailer, too.
All right. Yeah, right on. Right on.
That pretty much closes up the video game portion of the show, I feel like.
Okay, cool.
Until next week after we've had the Xbox and Bethesda showcase.
Yeah.
If they don't announce a new Elder Scrolls, I think I'm just going to set them on fire.
And the
They
secret
probably won't. They'll just
Nintendo Direct we should be getting soon.
They'll
It'll just be another Skyrim release.
They'll just show a bunch of Starfield, I bet.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Yep. All right, so we had a couple of movie trailers. First up, Black Adam with The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I hate it. I mean,
how do you really feel?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the marketing for this movie because they're marketing like Black Adam like he's going to be some kind of hero or something. Because they had an ad like, but when the Batman came out, there was like DC has heroes or something, and there was like scenes from like from Black Adam and then Justice League and Shazam and all that stuff, and I'm like, Black Adam is not a hero.
Black Adam has always been
a villain,
the main arch villain of Captain Marvel.
Of Captain Marvel / Shazam.
Yeah,
he is a bad guy. Don't get me wrong. I think The Rock is a perfect guy to play Black Adam,
but The Rock won't play a villain in a movie like these days.
He has.
When was the last one that he's played a villain in?
Doom.
How long ago was Doom?
Yeah, he was called. They credited him as the Rock in Doom, whereas they don't do that anymore.
No.
Either.
I mean, I guess if you're being technical, he was the antagonist, kind of one of the Fast and the Furious movies. But he made a heel turn at the end.
What would you call what he was in Southland Tales?
Oh God. I can't tell you what he was. A mess is what he was. Southland Tales is a mess.
That was a fun movie.
It was.
It's just such a ridiculous spectacle that you can't help but be like, wow, the whole time.
Oh, yeah. But no, he does not play villains, like straight up villains in movies.
Then he put stuff in his contracts where like I can't lose a fight, or I can only take so many punches or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like he has ridiculous clauses in his contract,
something like that.
So he has a legitimate hero complex.
Yeah,
that's dumb.
Why would a man be that large if he didn't have a hero complex?
A good point.
I mean, I watched Megamind. The big guy was the bad guy.
Well, yeah. But
The Rock would not play Megamind because he's not a good guy.
He's not a good guy. That's right. But yeah, no, I think this looks fine.
I mean, it looks visually like it's going to be a good movie.
I don't take this the wrong way. Now that I've said that, you're going to take this the wrong way. But the movie, all of the shots look very brown.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you, sir?
No, everything is dusty and brown.
No, yeah, it's not visually interesting at all.
It's not.
No,
it's really not. Brown and black,
it's the Snyderverse all over again.
Yeah, this is definitely on that Snyder train.
I mean, even his bright yellow lightning bolt on his chest is obscured by dirt or broken or scratched up.
Yeah,
or his giant pecs.
This trailer barely held my attention for its entire span.
Yeah,
it's something I'll watch if people say it's good. I'll watch it like 3 years after it came out, like I did with Shazam.
The highlight is Pierce Brosnan talking
as Dr. Fate.
As Dr. Fate, who is basically British Doctor Strange,
possessed by a magic helmet.
Possessed by a helmet. And I mean,
and the JSA.
Yeah, I mean, there's part of me that is like, I never thought that they would put a character like Atom Smasher in a live action anything ever.
Hawkman looks all right.
Hawkman looks fine.
Not the Atom Smasher from Cyberpunk. That's a different guy.
That's a different one. What are some other trailers we had?
Netflix is doing a Cyberpunk anime.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. Like Cyberpunk 2077 anime. Which,
okay.
Like, I'm down.
Is it going to be a hot steaming mess for the first episode and then get incrementally better as the series goes on?
It's possible.
Okay.
I'm glad they're on brand. Anyway,
yeah, Castlevania Nocturne had a quick
trailer.
Teaser.
Yep. The next step in the Castlevania anime Netflix saga. where we follow Richter Belmont.
It's Richter, so it's either Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night.
I hope it's Symphony. That's
Yeah.
a good game to base it on.
I mean, Alucard is also amazing, and Alucard was great in
And all the other ones.
in the other ones.
I can't wait till they get to the War of 1999 with Julius Belmont, and then afterwards
Soma.
with Soma Cruz and Genya Aricardo. He's actually Alucard.
Yeah.
in a suit.
The guys that are in charge of that have talked about Soma Cruz a lot in interviews, so like
It's going to happen.
yeah, well, they'll get there if Netflix lets them.
Yeah.
Maybe this is going to be like kind of like maybe an Assassin's Creed kind of thing where they like
Jumping through the time.
where they go through the timeline of the Castlevania.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
I mean, they could go back too. We haven't seen Simon Belmont or Leon Belmont.
Leon, I think, is mentioned in season
there's a
2.
portrait of him on the wall
Yeah.
in the Belmont vault where they keep all their
goodies.
yeah.
We had a trailer for Sandman. The,
Neil Gaiman's
where they
Gaiman's
keep all their
Sandman.
references to the game.
like the wall chicken.
yeah.
But no, Sandman. It looks kind of boring, actually.
It's just kind of dark.
Yeah.
I mean, the graphic novels are dark
He's so dusty.
It looks like you would expect a Sandman
to look like.
I guess.
Yeah. It's a lot of people standing around going, "Oi, it's the Sandman. He's coming over here."
Oi, Gov, it's the Sandman, isn't it?
I mean, you see death for like 30 seconds, or not even that.
Not even that.
Like she's like, boom, pale girl, black hair, tank top. Okay, that's death. And then I guess you see like Lucifer for I don't know 2.5 seconds, and people were really mad about that. Apparently, Neil Gaiman, The Sandman is a very popular and critically acclaimed graphic novel.
that I don't care for.
I've never read it, and it
I
seems
like
like
Neil
something
Gaiman.
I would appreciate.
It would be something you would appreciate.
I like
Cody.
Neil
I think
Gaiman.
so. I like
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman stuff too. I've tried to get into it for a couple of tries, and it just doesn't click with me. Maybe it's because I don't listen to The Cure all the time.
See, I like me some The Cure.
See, well, then you're gonna love Sandman.
I like how death is every 90s goth boy's goth girl fantasy.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So you're just saying I should turn on some Bauhaus and listen and read Sandman.
Well, that's what he listened to when he wrote it. So why not?
and dress like the Crow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
like a weekend.
Let's see here. Netflix's Sonic Prime.
Sonic Prime.
They revealed everyone's favorite Sonic character, Big the Cat.
Yes. I love it. I love that stupid purple cat.
And this is like the third 15-second long trailer they've had for this show, which always involves like Sonic runs and then says 2 words and then the trailer ends.
Well, he's got to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for conversation.
Same with these trailers. They got to go fast.
Yeah, they're regular length trailers for Sonic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately, Big the Cat doesn't sound right.
No. And I think it's just because you're not allowed to have dumb characters anymore.
It's like Patrick Star is that.
He's the last one. He's the last of his kind.
And that's what Big the Cat should sound like. They should have gotten what's his name? Roger Bumpus?
this is Patrick.
No, that's
Roger Bumpus is Squidward.
It's Squidward. It's the other one. It's the one from Coach.
Yeah.
I forget.
Well, they should have got John St. John
They should've got
because he's
John
the
St. John.
original voice of Big the
No,
Cat.
he's going to be too busy trying to get into that Duke Nukem movie they're making.
Yes, that's fresh
God.
news for us today.
Yeah.
They just announced that Legendary and some other companies who
Some poor souls
Yeah.
have been tricked into trying to make a Duke Nukem
to
movie.
resurrect Duke Nukem's just destroyed and riddled corpse for a film.
Come get some.
Hey, come get some. I'm Duke Nukem. I'm Duke Nuke them.
Duke Nuke them.
I take a lot of lines from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I've been banned from Dave and Buster's.
No, we talked about this before the show, and I think the only way they can make a Duke Nuke them show work is if he still has the mentality of super edgy mid-90s awesome, and he's trying to
fit into our modern world.
Modern 2022, and he is the butt of every joke. That is the only way
I feel
that
like
it will work.
I feel like he needs to be like in a support group like in Wreck-It Ralph, and you'll see like Spawn and Cable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger from Last Action Hero.
They need to make fun of the fact that every line he's famous for saying is from a movie.
Or write it so that every line in the show that he says, or in the movie he says, is from a movie.
Yeah.
Like all of his lines are quotes.
The beginning should be him losing a trial against Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Getting sued by Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell definitely has to show up.
Groovy.
Yeah. That's going to be terrible.
Or like he has like a sexual assault trial or something.
Oh, that would be so accurate.
Or no, he works as like an insurance adjuster or something.
He looks like Bob from The Incredibles,
Yeah.
sitting in a little cubicle, busting out of a white button-up shirt.
And he's having a very uncomfortable conversation with an HR representative about his behavior. Like, that's how this movie should open.
Oh, sure, yeah. Why not?
Duke, you can't say... Duke's not even his real name. They don't call him Duke. Duke's a nickname. They should call him something else.
Dukeward? Dukelton?
Douglas.
Mr. Douglas Nukem.
Yes.
Mr. Nukem, you can't behave this way in the workplace, Mr. Nukem.
Hail to the king.
Duke nuke them.
He should only be able to communicate in lines from the game.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Duke is the dude who peaked in high school and won't let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was that in the games, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, we have hit time.
You've told our Janice from accounting to, quote, shake it, baby, multiple times, and we can't have that.
Groovy.
No, not groovy, Douglas.
Not groovy, Douglas Nukem.
All right, so we have hit time, so we got to actually wrap things up here. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon at Nerd Overload Now, baby.
Wanna dance?
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. I don't know who I'm doing now.
I don't know. I'm not sure who that is.
Calm down over there, worm tongue. You're gonna stab Saruman on top of a tower.
That number is 586-372-8020.
And you can also find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Pizza out.